Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video, we're going to show you how to configure the motors for your micro drone. Which way is left, which way is right, which way is reverse or forward. We've got you covered. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, I'm going to push my chair in. All right, so whoops, don't break your stuff. So I'm going to show you how the motors actually go because it's different than the other drones. So the micro drones, the motors are going that way, and on the regular drone, the motors are just going the other way. All right, so you see here, this is the top left, top right, the bottom left, bottom right. Exact same setup to the Avata. If you put them both side by side, you'll see it's the same motor configuration, propeller configuration. See, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Same setup. The drone pushes up that way. So knowing that, moving forward, the only difference between this drone and that drone's ready to fly. This drone, you got to configure, but we've got you covered. I'll show you what to do. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to connect your drone, your micro drone, especially this one. This is the Mobula 8 that we actually built. There'll be a link to this in the description down below if you want to build this from scratch, that is. Or you can buy it from the store, but we like to build stuff here. Build, break it, and fix it. And so we're going to plug this in. Once it plugs in, you'll see it light up like a Christmas tree, really nice, but you want to make sure it's in the upright position so that you can watch everything as you configure it. We're going to launch Betaflight configurator 10. As you can see, there's the drone. If I move it up, move it down, left, right, you could always reconfigure it later if it needs to be recentered, but it's pretty good. All right. You would just press calibrate accelerometer. So now we're going to go to motors. All right. Make sure your battery is fully charged. So we have a battery on standby waiting for us, which is right here. It's a 2S battery. Make sure it's a 2S. If you're not sure, double check. Otherwise, you could blow things up. This is a 2S chip we have in here. So that's the maximum we can go. If you have a 3S chip, which we have somewhere down there, you could do that too. But just make sure the battery matches the configuration to the chip you're about to plug in and blow up, okay? Because otherwise that will happen, okay, with the wrong voltage. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, see, we put it in. Remember, the O3 air unit overheats really fast, so you don't really have a lot of time to do this. And when you do this, you probably want to charge the battery again so that you can have a full charge for your flight, okay? Knowing that, moving forward, don't try this at home. Sometimes they say it's better to take the props off. I would highly recommend taking the props off if you've got a bigger drone. This is a little micro drone, and I'm pretty familiar with the settings here, so I know what I'm doing. If you don't know what you're doing, put tape on the motors, and then you'll be fine. Knowing that, moving forward, I'm going to go here. Let me just get my little bouncy ball cursor thingy so that you guys can follow along. So on the top side of Betaflight, motor 4, motor 2, motor 3, motor 1. We need to make sure motor 4 is number 4. So I'm going to go here in the bottom. See, it stopped beeping because it's armed. So we're going to go to motor 4, and if I spin up number 4, 4 should turn. But before you turn it on, make sure there are no wires or anything that'll get snagged and accidentally break, okay, from the propeller spinning, including your fingers. So the first time we launch it, we're going to go 4. So 4 should be top left. We're checking. See, top left is moving. 2 should be top right. We're checking the motor configuration, okay? All right. 3 should be bottom left. See? And then 1 should be, 1 should be bottom right, sorry. See, 1 is bottom right, and then 3 should be bottom left. See? All right, so we'll go here. We'll start with, again, 1, bottom right, 2, top right, okay, 3, bottom left, and then 4, top left, okay? And okay, And when you turn them, you got to make sure that you just a little bit, right? Because if you go too high, you will chop your finger off. All right, knowing that, moving forward, now we're just going to go into motor orientation. So now watch. I'm going to spin it a little bit. Motor 1, which is this one right here, should be spinning clockwise. Okay, that way, the way the clock goes around, okay, before it tells you the time. So we're going to turn motor 1 slightly. And the problem here is that, see, do it so it does that. If it does that, then you can just put your finger there. Don't keep your hand off the controller. And then now we know it's moving clockwise. And then keep your hands away. Now we're just, that was 1. Now we're going to go to motor 2. Motor 2 is right upstairs. Motor 2 is in reverse, okay? So here's number 2. Just a little bit. Let's say 1028. That's it. Number 2 is in reverse, and to tell, look, watch. See? It's spinning opposite way of the clock. That would be reverse. And then put it there. You hear it beeping. If you hear it beeping, we know that it's not armed. As soon as it beeps, we know it's armed and it could be spinning. Anyway, so that's number 2. Now we'll go to number 3. Number 3 is spinning in reverse too, okay, which is opposite of that one. So number 3, let's go to 3. Keep your hands away. Just do 28 maybe. Definitely not in the hundreds. 74, too high. 33 is good. So 33, keep your hand off the mouse. And as you can see, it's moving in reverse. Great. Last one. Okay, that was number 3. Shut it off. Beep. We're clear to handle this. Number 4. Number 4 is moving clockwise. Should be turning in the direction of the clock. Okay, we'll just do 28. 20 or 33. Definitely 40 is a little too. 20, 30. So 30. See, and if you hold it, touch it a little bit, you'll see that it's moving. Clock. Keep your hand off the mouse because you don't want to accidentally throttle it, and that's it. Now, cann's clear. Remember, 1028, 1033 is ideal when pushing the propellers. Don't do 2000. All right. Knowing that, moving forward, we're good to go. Now we can just test the drone and see if it actually flies. So let's see what we got here. We're going to plug out the battery. And now that you know that your motor orientation is good, we could do one more thing actually. So let's say if you're not sure your motor orientation is not what it's supposed to be, you would turn this off. See that right here? And then motor direction. Okay? You click motor direction and then say I understand. And then you can do individually. Okay? And then you would select one or more motors. Motors will spin when selected. So let's say I select motor 1. Motor 1 should be spinning in the way of the clock, right? So let's see. This is motor 1. Of course, it's not going to spin unless we put a battery in, because you need that full power to power it. So make sure you have the battery. Make sure there's enough juice in it. Okay, but when it spins, when you press it, it just goes like a, might not even spin. Like you might have to press it a couple of times. So we go to motor 1. See? It didn't even, so you just configure it this way. So motor 1 we know is clockwise. So that would be normal. Normal's clockwise. Motor 2, and I mean, the configuration's right there, so we would stick to the configuration that we see on the screen. Okay? Motor 2 is reverse, basically counterclockwise. Motor 3, and then et cetera, et cetera. So you would just do that for each of the drones, and there's a link in the description down below so that you can just set it. And this is the best way to do it individually. Do it like that, and then see, but the motors didn't spin, so you just have to, at least in my channel, it doesn't spin. Welcome back to everything that glitches, but as long as you configure it and set it and forget it, and you'll be fine. But don't set it and close, set it and save it, okay? Knowing that, moving forward, now we're just going to plug out the battery, okay? And then plug this thingy out. Beautiful builds. This is like one of my favorite builds. We built the Pavo Pico back in the day, but I'm not even going to go there. This is just phenomenal. the Mobula 8, and I'm definitely going to get a Mobula 9. Or actually just buy the Mobula 9 frame, right? Because it'll probably fit right in there. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, we're just going to grab our goggles. Okay, take off my glasses. Make sure everything is set up. Make sure stuff is out of the way. Anything that can break accidentally, because sometimes things can just go bonkers. And let's say if you have glasses or whatever, your grandma's house or mom's house, and there's glass everywhere, do it in the garage or outside, no matter how cold it is. Because the last thing you want to do is break your stuff or someone else's stuff. Okay? Knowing that, and moving forward, we'll get our remote controller. We have our bling. All right, now I'm going to turn this on. So always turn on, it sunk really fast. Always turn on goggles first, remote controller, or remote controller, goggles. There's no order before putting the battery in, because remember, the O3 air unit will overheat and then you're pretty much screwed. Stuff will be, because the older goggles and the older FPV unit do take longer to sync to the O3 or whatever air unit. All right, knowing that movement, now we put the battery in, because it doesn't matter how long these are on, because this is going to outlive, and this is going to outlive that. Whereas here, your flight time is between 3-4 minutes if you're lucky. See, we go in here. We got a little bit of time to finagle things, to put this in. As soon as it goes beep beep, we are on the clock. And then I'll just push this in. So we have no beep beep yet, which means nothing sunk. Whoops. See, I pushed the battery in too deep, too fast. Okay. All right, so now we're just gonna let it go hover. We're gonna let it go up and then down. And as long as it goes up and down, we know our motor configuration is correct and we can take it outside. If it's not, you gotta reset it, okay? Reset it and forget it. So remember, time is of the essence. 1, 2, 3. Just doing a little video sync there. And then now, make sure you're in angle mode and you're not in acro. And this is called the Mobula 8 Pavo, because we took the chip from the Pavo and put it in there. Okay, knowing that, moving forward, the motors are spinning. Wait for it. Whoa. Well, we did it. Motor configuration works, and that's how you configure it. Just be careful. Remember, 1028 or 33. Don't go higher. Don't do 2000. Don't do 70 RPMs when you're playing with the motors, or just take them off and put tape on it. You know, tape works just as good, but with a bigger drone, definitely not. You're gonna cut your fingers. And if you don't know what you're doing, if you've never done this, just don't do what I just did. Not recommended, but as you can see, it can be done as long as you're careful. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Kind of neat, huh? If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.